Another day, another podcast. All right, here we go, ladies. I'm warning you. I have extra children at my house this morning, so you might hear lots of them in the background. Maybe. We'll see. So, are you ready for this? I was curious about what I was going to talk about today. This week has been all about leadership and motherhood. And I've been thinking about my own personal leadership. And to me, leadership means leading your life, like taking charge of it, not in a dominating way, but just owning what you want, who you want to be, how you want to feel. This directly affects every single human being that you come into contact with. Think about that. How you show up energetically, how you take charge, how you respect yourself, how you own your day, how you own your emotions, how you own your life and take personal responsibility directly reflects everyone else around you. So, it has been amazing to talk with the women who are applying for the Mom is in Control Mastery Coaching Program. I love these conversations that I'm having with women who are like, oh my gosh, this scares the shit out of me, but my soul is on fire and I'm so excited. If you are that type of woman that deep inside of you, there is something that's saying more, not this, I want more. There's this burning desire that just won't go away, and you are ready for the strategy, the action, the accountability, and the community. Your why could be you want to improve your relationship with your children. Your why could be you want to make a bigger impact in the world. Your why could be you just want to get out of bed energized and fall asleep feeling content. I'm telling you, Mama, you are here to feel alive, and parenting does not need to suck the life out of you. Yes, we will have challenging days, but you can leave a legacy that makes you proud of who you've become, and that is what mastery is about. So whether it's in your business, whether it's, you're kind of in between careers right now, the main common denominator of the women that come into this group is you are ambitious, you are an action taker, you're probably somebody who a lot of people depend on, and below that, you're like, I am made for more. There's something inside of me that wants to get this out, and I want to feel complete and in alignment in my life. So if that is you, head on over to momisincontrol.com. All right. So while I was reflecting on this and leadership and motherhood and all of that stuff, I was thinking about self-respect. And I talk a lot about this, that, the old paradigm in parenting is the authoritarian parent, which is, I am the parent, you are the child, I am the authority, do not question me. I have a voice, you don't have a voice. And a lot of people still believe this to be true. And sometimes you might be in a relationship with someone where you're all about conscious parenting and, just shifting things. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong here, but just shifting how you're parenting. And you'll notice that maybe your partner is not on board with you. Think about how many generations of parenting have thought this way. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some practice. But this is about leadership. This is about you leading the way when other people may not agree with you. This is about you being okay when other people you being okay with discomfort when other people are like, what are you doing? You're crazy. You are here to shake things up. You're a disruptor. You're a trailblazer. So I'm going to talk about respect, self-respect. A few podcasts ago, I talked about food and that, this year I'm focusing, and I say year because it's not an all or nothing process. You don't just eat weeks and, your life is transformed. It's a lifestyle shift. So I've taken the focus on food, asking myself, why? My old pattern was to busy myself and pretend I didn't have enough time to cook and then not eat and then, be starving and just binge on whatever I could find. And I know that I'm not alone when I say this. So growing up, food wasn't a big thing in our household. And what I mean by that is I lived with my mother and she didn't have a lot of money. So bologna sandwiches were the thing to go or the thing to do. And so there wasn't an abundance of food. So I had to realize that, abundance in food, meaning that doesn't need to be the first thing that I need to skimp out of if I'm like running low on cash, right? And the truth is I'm not in that place anymore, but still I have that scarcity mindset. And so I'm working on it, and I would say that I'm probably 90% improvement there. But the funny thing is I watch these old patterns of where I will prep food and I will eat it and I'm feeling great. And then I notice when the food supply runs low, meaning like all the food that I've prepped is kind of gone, it's very easy for me to do all of the other family things besides feed myself, right? And what I mean by that is say, I need to get more food. It's almost like a gas tank, right? You're on low. You're like, I need to get gas. And then you wait till the last possible second. That has been the pattern with my food. It's the all or nothing. Like my gas tank is full or my gas tank is completely empty. So the habit that I've been implementing is kind of like when the gas tank is half full, I need to make sure that there's enough food in the house. So it's kind of like over preparing, right? So making sure that I have more food than I need already cooked, that I have an abundance amount of snacks, like pre-made snacks in my bag, like healthy whole snacks, so that if I'm driving my car and, I'm taking the kids somewhere, we have those snacks available, whether I have a big glass or a big bottle of water. So all of these things, and all of this is habit formating, right? Just changing my habits. So this is what I've noticed. I've been at this for like 2 or 3 weeks consistently, which has been great for me because normally I would do a week and then fall off the wagon. Now, I'm only focused on my energy. I'm not weighing myself. I definitely care about that, and that is a goal of mine. But I know that I will reach my goal if I am just consistent with the food and implementing working out. But I don't want to put this pressure on myself because I see so many women do this where we put this pressure on ourselves and it's like, go, go, go. I got to hit it. If I don't hit it, I'm a failure. This internal dialogue of not being good enough. So I decided, Heather, let all of those expectations go. By the law of attraction, the law of natural consequence, you will manifest what you desire if you just take the consistent daily action, like baby steps. So I'm doing that, and I'm just focused on the energy. How did that make me feel? How did that food that I just put in my mouth make me feel? Is that life enhancing? Does it make me feel better or worse? If it makes me feel worse, I don't eat it, right? Just because someone says, hey, if you're eating this, doesn't mean that every single fruit or vegetable or whatever is going to work in my body. So I ask myself, does that make me feel good? No. Okay, great. I'm going to try to stay away from those things. I'm going to minimize them. That said, I was thinking about respect. The more I respect my body, the more I respect my time, the more I respect my energy. And I've noticed this. How, because I've always resisted the body, meaning, as women, and I'm not stereotyping that we're all like this, but loving ourselves, like we got to do a lot of work there because we're from a very small age as girls, we are inundated with information stating that we are not enough. We are not enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not, muscular enough. You don't have enough. You're not whatever. You're not athletic enough. You're not fast enough. Like, it's just ridiculous, the amount of information that comes in subconsciously. So, me and my body, we're becoming BFFs. And I want to respect her. I want to show her that I love her. I want to give her rest. I want to take care of her. I want to nurture her. I want to mother my body and respect her the way that I would want other people to respect my children. the way that I would want other people to mother my children, the way that I would want my children to respect themselves. Part of my why and my message in Mom is in Control, and what I'm really diving into, is becoming the person that you want your children to be. The legacy. How can I expect my children to learn to love and respect their bodies as men, as boys, or eventually, if they're in a female relationship, I want them to know what that looks like. I want them to know and be able to be like, I know I've had a role model of a woman who loves and respects herself. Therefore, I'm going to go out and try to find that. Or see how that is contrast. So I know that every time I'm putting food in my body and I'm like, oh, who cares? I'll just grab this, right? We always going to have those thoughts and stories like, oh, I'll just grab this. I come back to this word respect. Heather, respect yourself enough to take the nutritious bite. Respect your body enough to remember that you are worthy of achieving the desired life that you crave. Respect yourself enough to know that other people are watching you. Respect. When we begin to learn what it means to respect ourselves from the inside out, we start to feel that from the outside in. Let me repeat that. When we discover and learn to respect ourselves from the inside out, we start to receive it from the outside in. Not because other people around us all of a sudden start to respect us and just immediately a light switch goes on, because we know we have a boundary. We know what we can tolerate. So if I'm used to just putting shit in my body all the time and just treating my body like crap, and then when it starts to feel like crap, or it gets run down, or it gets aches and pains, and then I'm beating it up, and I'm like, come on. Like, who the heck do you think you are? My body's just sitting there going, well, Heather, I'm just doing the way you've been treating me. I'm just reacting the way you've been treating me. The second I take that and embody respect for myself, when I feel disrespected by someone else, I know it's actually not them. It's just their perception and their shit. And I just don't tolerate it. And half the time I don't even react. I just don't give it any energy. So not only is the food that I'm putting into my body allowing me to get more energy in my being, it's clearing up all the other energy leaks that I have in my life, or at least some of them. So just know that when you're putting that food into your body, or you're drinking that alcohol, or you're doing whatever you know you shouldn't be doing, quote unquote, shouldn't be doing, ask yourself the deeper question of, are you respecting yourself? And if you can't stop, ask yourself, if I close my eyes and put myself in my child's shoes, is this the way that I would want them to feel? That's all I got for you today. If you're not following me on Instagram already, head on over to Mom is in Control. Check me out on Facebook at Heather Chauvin. And I look forward to reading your application. If you are interested in the Mom is in Control Mastery Coaching Program, if your application comes in before January 31st, you may qualify, if the program is a right fit for you after you go through the intro, to join us for the one-day mastermind on February 22nd. On another note, it's finally here. So if you do want to come to the one-day mastermind on February 22nd, go to momisincontrol.com/1day. momisincontrol.com/1day. Or you can find that information on my website at heatherchauvin.com.